and welcome to another video. I've probably said that about 8 times so far this morning. I've had a postman walk past, I had neighbours come out saying hello to me. It's quite embarrassing really, sort of talking to a phone. Anyway, let's get on with what we've been up to, or I'm about to be up to today. So what I'm planning on doing today is picking up from where we left off. The car's not moved since I jacked it back down. I'm going to finish off that front caliper. It's I don't know, 85% done. I want to sort of loosen it off a little bit today, get to some of the hard to reach areas, get that all sanded and done. The caliper paint kit has arrived. It's got like a clutch and brake cleaner in it, so give the caliper a really good clean up, and I'm going to use the Dremel to clean up some of the nuts and bolts at the back of it as well, because I was going to do the pads first before doing the caliper paint, but the pads in there now are old, so what I'm going to do is paint it all up. I can have a little bit of spillage or drippage going on inside there, and then I can take the pads out and put the new ones in and just clean up anything that is basically got to where I don't really feel like it should be. I've got all the other kit out ready to go. I've brought down the 18-inch wheels. I've taken delivery of some nice new wheel nuts. Basically going to just trial fit those today, I think. Nothing exciting. So yeah, let's get on with the first part of the video. Let's get this car jacked up again. I've just realised that I haven't actually turned the car on since the last time that I've turned it on. So this is either going to be me jacking it up and all good, because I'm going to drive it backwards and then forwards onto the ramp and get the jack underneath it, or it's going to be me not being able to turn it on and then getting the Hilux around here ready to jump start it. So here goes. Well, that was a little bit more exciting than I expected. I guess that's just the expectation of having an open diff, and I guess where I've actually been topping this up with fuel over time, I guess that might just be a tiny bit oily. It's the only part of the ground that's actually damp. We're having a really nice day over in England, for actual blue sky for a change. It's a little bit weird to see. Right, back onto the wonderful dremeling. This is what I was sort of trying to hint on in the last video, part 3. This is obviously made of some sort of cast stuff that's gonna sort of degrade with time and the colour, whereas this stuff's already covered in something. So what I'm gonna do is set everything from this line forward, and then I'm gonna clean up the nuts and bolts in the back here. These ones never are gonna get undone. These like hexy type ones. But I'll probably tidy these ones up, and the ones below, they're the ones I need to get to do the pads. Just tidy it all up. So sometimes I always feel like things that look tidy like that when you go for an MOT might make the MOT person think that you're actually sort of looking after your car a little bit, give you a tiny little bit of leeway, but we shall see. I think that calls time for a new brush head. did have just a quick thought. I've got quite a few messages actually, direct messages on YouTube. People saying I hope that I'm wearing protective eyewear whilst doing this. I am actually. Thanks very much indeed. Shout out to Steve, who I go to the gym with. Set me up with these glasses. I was wearing them last time and this time. It's always good to not get a wire brush in the eyeball or a bit of old brake caliper dust. Well, I think this one's, I'm happy with this now. I'm going to undo some bolts and loosen off a bit and see if there's any other bits and pieces I can get to. Alright, let's take this caliper off. I can envisage this isn't going to be an easy thing to do. 17mm. It's been a little while since I've changed the pads on this, and that caliper's sat on there for a long time. So let's see how we go. That came off pretty easy. After a good few attempts at trying to do the thing up rather than undo it, that did reasonably well. Bit of a karate kick for the second bolt, but yeah, not too bad. I'll clean the bolts up and get to some of these other areas which I've had a bit of trouble getting to, and probably put a bit of paint on it. Let's see how we get on. I think I'm pretty much happy with that. On video it sort of still looks like it's a little bit kind of rusty coloured, but it's not too bad. We'll give it a going over now with a bit of the brake and clutch cleaner that came with the kit. Try not to get too carried away. I've still got 4 calipers to do in total, so 3 more to go. don't look too bad. Quickly going to tape up the back bit, make a nice straight line between the two sides, get a little bit of paint on it, see how it looks, if it needs a few coats or what. Once that's done, we'll probably move on to the back caliper. It's only Friday today, it's super nice weather. I'm really hoping that the weekend's nice and I'll come around and I think and give the car a really good clean. I know that the paint's pretty awful in places, but we've had a bit of rain recently, and we've had all this dust come down, and all the cars are absolutely smothered in it. So although the paint is awful on it, it does come up quite nice with a decent clean. So got some stuff to wash off. But yeah, let's get this taped up. I'll do a quick run through of just taping it and then painting it. I think just all in one. I don't want to bore everyone to death. So see how we get on. This is a paintbrush application paint, so I'm not really taping it up to stop me from making a complete mess, just to try and get a sort of reasonably tidy line. Pretty surprising for me really, because if it was a spray can, I probably would just spray it as it is and get the whole wheel arch and everything covered in paint. But yeah, might as well try and get a reasonably clean line, see how it comes out. It's not come out too bad actually. I quite like that colour. I think behind the wheel that might look alright. It's a shame that the shadow of the sun's just gone down a bit, but the bit in the sun actually looks reasonably decent. I've got some buffing wheels and stuff like that, so what I might actually do is once it's all dry I might give it a light polish up just to get it a bit shiny, but I don't know whether I might bother with that or not. I think might do. See how we get on. There, I can let it dry now. I have a really bad habit of just continuing to paint things over and over again when I probably finished it like 10 minutes ago, and end up ruining it. So I'm going to try my best to step back from it and let it dry. Not a bad line. I will literally just Dremel off some of those little dribbles. Well, the effort of putting that tape on there, and it's still dribbled. Never mind. Don't look too bad. Not looking too bad. I've got a couple of little runs in there, which is annoying, standard for me. But whilst that dries, just got this other wheel out. That's the original 17-inch. It's on a 225, and this is the Rough Racing, I think it's called, this alloy. I think I'm going to put a 235 on that one, and I think that'll fit. Look alright. I'll pop that on there now and see what that caliper looks like behind this wheel. Doesn't look too bad. I reckon maybe that little decal on there might look a bit better. The lighting's not ideal, but no, I think that looks alright. Not too bad. Oh, that's not ideal. Other wheels just decided to go for a random run. Cool. Let's leave that caliper to dry and see how we're looking when we put the wheel back on. See what this one looks like on there. But yeah, no, I think once that's dry I'll do the decal. Part of me was going to leave the decal off, but I think I might just add a little tiny little extra bit to it. I need to get some centre caps for this. Not quite sure what. Maybe get a Supra badge in the middle of that, or just the S, or just Toyota, I suppose. Make it look, you know, not too out of the way. Anyway, let's get on with the next step. Just very quickly put those new wheel nuts in, just to see if I can get a rough idea what that looks like. The video doesn't really do it justice, but they actually don't look too bad in there. They're a lot longer reach, they're a longer wheel nut, and they're open-ended, because on the back I run extended wheel studs for that spacer, and I kind of want to keep using them. I want to try and get the wheels to look nice and flush with the arch, so I'm going to leave the wheel studs on, and with these nuts I can actually get the thread, the stud, if I need to go right the way to the end. Should I need to, I'm not sure that I will, but it saves me having to take the studs back out and go through that hassle, because they're a bit of a nuisance to do. Alright, wheel back on, let this caliper dry for a little bit, and see if I get onto the back caliper today, or whether I'll come back in the morning and we'll do the back caliper and get a nice big wash done. Right, the end of Friday, that was a pretty good day. Calipers all done, it actually looks pretty good. Reason that the video is basically sort of cut off a little bit is the battery started going flat. It got down to about 5%, and for some reason it just stopped the time lapse. Like right in the middle of me charging up, getting that sort of wrapped up, it decided it was just going to stop, which is fine. It doesn't look too bad. It got the majority of what I wanted. I tried restarting it again, get another one, and it did the exact same thing, so it just stopped. So cool cut on that bit, and roll over to now. Believe it or not, it is now the end of the day on Sunday. That was Friday. This is the end of the day on Sunday. Bit colder today, but yesterday we had a really nice day's weather. So we had a professional come out, and it's going to be a bit of a feature, I think, on the channel. It's going to be like detailing with George. He's a guy who lives over the road from me, and a professional detailer. Absolutely tons of products and stuff like that, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Gave the car a really good clean, jet wash it down, gave it a good clean, and used loads of chemicals on it to get all the tar off and all of this stuff that I didn't even really know about. So when this car was mint, the paint was all good. I used to clean it regularly, but you know, I clean it, polish it and look after it, but not to the extent that there is sort of nowadays. So there's so many different chemicals out there, a little bit more knowledge and know-how. So I thought, jet wash, give it a good jet wash, give it a good snow foam, and then go over it with a sponge, and then rinse it off and give it a polish. That's how I used to do it back in the day, really. That's how I thought it was right. Instead, 4 hours of detailing and giving it a real good going over. We used like an iron out, like I think it's called iron fallout or something like that. All of the algae, all of the everything, just all of the dirt and crud was just sort of melting away. Gave it a good jet wash, gave it a good snow foam, gave it like a citrusy tar remover stuff. Like it's just come up so good. All of the panels that were okay have come up to a really good standard. All the really good panels come up to like an amazing standard. Obviously the rubbish panels are just, they've had it. There's nothing that can be done other than paint for those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to George's Instagram down below in the little description area, and go check him out, give him a follow. Also, I think what we'll do is every now and again, he's got a little Mazda on the go at the moment, which he's building up, getting it back up to scratch. So every now and again, might just do like a little, see where it's at, see how it's getting on. I think it's going for an MOT soon. So yeah, just keep you in the loop of how the Mazda's going. Hopefully get this MOT'd soon, and we'll go out for a little drive, do a little bit of a photo shoot or something like that, whilst the progress on this carries on going. So with that being said, let's get over to tomorrow, which is Saturday, and I've got loads of time lapses, loads of video clips and stuff like that of the cleaning, and it has come out really well. And the weather was really, really good yesterday. It was probably one of the most perfect days for cleaning. It wasn't boiling, so you know, everything you spray and clean didn't just dry up, but it also wasn't too cold. So yeah, without going on too much, let's roll over to Saturday and yeah, have a quick look, see what you think. Right, fingers crossed that wasn't too boring. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully I've picked some sort of tune to go over top of it which isn't too painful, too sort of annoying. So yeah, that was yesterday. Car's come out looking really good. I'm in the car today, and like I said previously, it is sort of afternoon on Sunday, and I'm back in the car. The car's all good, it's still looking all nice and clean. I haven't done a great deal today. I haven't done anything on the car really. I've just done a little bit of the editing. I've got some of this footage together. I've had a few messages and bits and pieces, people asking questions, so I thought what I'd do is I'll quickly just do a little snippet towards the end of this video before I wrap up. Must have had about 7 or 8 people saying, you know, a bit of history on the car, like a little bit of how long have you had the car. Some people think I've just bought it and I'm just in the middle of doing it up. Unfortunately not, or fortunately not, I don't know which way you want to look at it. I've had this car since around 2006, and it was imported, Japanese import obviously, from a guy South England. I drove down to the coast and with a friend, a real good friend of mine, took me down there, and we picked it up. Not long been in the country. He'd just got his registration done, all of the number plates and stuff done. Paid for it, picked it up and drove it home. On the way home found out it was limited to 112, obviously private roads and all that stuff. Not a big deal, but that's one of the first things I got done to the car. I had it all delimited. From then on, I bought a set of alloys on it for it, black SSRs, and sort of modifying it didn't really happen that quick. But yeah, the first thing I did was the alloy wheels. If you have a quick look at this video coming up, it's a little clip that I found from 2006. It kind of been long after I got it, because if you look at the left hand side of the car, the passenger side, there's a big sticker, and it's a Japanese like basketball or baseball sticker. I don't remember which one it is. Obviously it's 2006, it's a long time ago. And I never really knew why it was there, but I left it on there, worried about the paint and stuff like that, and I thought I'd just get a heat gun on it and I'd get it taken off. Obviously, eventually I did take it off. Underneath it was the most peculiar shaped like paint mark that had been basically like covered up with a really bad attempt at like nail varnish or something like that. So I think what someone had done is they painted over it, made it look semi-decent, just covered it over with a sticker. So should have known better, should have taken the sticker off when I bought it, but I mean, wasn't really the done thing, I suppose, at the time. So anyway, have a look at that video. It's only a very short little clip of me literally mucking about in a field. It's a little bit childish really looking at it now, but I mean, if I had a field now, I'd probably do it again. So yeah, have a quick look at that video, and after that's just like an image, and both the video and the image was around 2006, or maybe sort of late 2006, not long after I'd had it. The car is completely bone standard, nothing's done to it, not even the limiter in this point. So take a quick look. So that was it, box standard. Another little video of a car park, just literally driving around slowly, round in circles. This is when I first got the alloy wheels, and you get like an idea of what a car looks like. Again, bone standard, but with a set of black SSR wheels. Did actually really like these wheels, but I later, pretending to be some kind of drift superstar, around a roundabout, I managed to go around the roundabout 4 or 5 times perfectly, and then decided to go straight on up a curb. So these wheels met a dismal end. I smashed them to smithereens. They got completely ruined. But have a quick look at these wheels. Unfortunately, the picture, and really with black alloy wheels now, they just sort of fade into nothing. Unless you're up close, you can't really see them. So it actually put me off black wheels, because you just can't see them. They almost go invisible. So although they were really nice wheels, if I hadn't smashed them up, I probably would have had them redone, repainted, because they did suit the car quite well. But have a quick look at those, see what you think. you go. And this last one is just a photo that I dug out. This is quite a long time later. This is when the car, in my opinion, was pretty much finished. So it was on coilovers on the front, lowering springs at the back. I had my Bomb-X side skirts, Bomb-X rear spat. I had the exhaust pipe I've got now, a Pexi exhaust pipe. It's a custom made one, so I've had the front cat emptied out. So I opened it up, took all of the honeycomb stuff out and had it re-welded back together. I bought a second D-cat, and then it's a 4-inch custom exhaust all the way back out to the back. I bought it from someone off of the Toyota Supra Owners Club. Quite a renowned member on there. He had a very powerful Supra, and yeah, I bought that exhaust pipe from him, and that's on the car now. And basically this shot, this shit picture is literally the night before going to a Jap Fest. The car is immaculate, so all the paintwork's all good, everything's been done, it's just been cleaned. There's nothing wrong. The car didn't need anything. Probably petrol was probably the only thing it needed at this point. It didn't have a ding on it, nothing. So this is obviously just before it got taken off the road, before it got parked up here and just left to sit. So take a look at that picture. It's a bit depressing really, because it did look quite nice, and I did take the spats off. The rear Bomb-X spats, I sold them because I bought top secret ones, and I sold the side skirts because I bought top secret side skirts, and I sold them because I knew that if I didn't get rid of them I'd probably leave one there forever. So they're all gone, and I've got a set of side skirts in the shed ready to go on, and I've got the spats on the car now. But obviously you've seen what the car looks like now, so I'm going to get the car back to that kind of look as soon as possible. So here's the picture, and what I'll do is I'll fade that picture out, and that'll be the end of the video. So if you did get this far, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to put a little link at the end to the Instagram page, which I've set up just to go with this, which I'll just do background, like if you want a sneak peek throughout the week before a video. I'll just put up little bits and pieces about what I might be filming. I started a Snapchat, not a Snapchat, sorry, a TikTok page, and you can have a look at that, but I haven't really done anything on there. So again, have a little look, have a little follow. But yeah, I'll do this picture and we'll fade out, and then I'll catch up with you in the next one. Hopefully we'll get all these calipers done, get them all finished. I'm not going to bother doing any more videoing on the calipers. I'll just do like a little picture when they're all done, and we'll move on to the next thing. Got another feature with detailing with George coming up, where he's got a proper hoover, and we're going to give the whole entire side of the car a real good clean out. He's got one of those hoovers which is a water hoover, so you can actually physically see the dirt coming off of the carpets and the seats and whatnot, so that should be quite good. So thank you very much for watching, and you know, do the whole like and subscribe and the little bell and all that malarkey, and yeah, I'll see you in part 5.